Hi everyone. Today we're going to go over Lab 3, which is attribute tables and symbology. So here I have the data already uploaded that you guys will be using, and I'm just going to show you a couple tips when working with this lab. So you notice when you open one of the data layers, it's just a table. It does not show up on your map at all. For this lab, you will be asked to do an add join, which we will join this with your Whatcom census blocks attribute table. So after you guys look through this, check out the fields and do all of that and see which one is common between the two, you will use the add join tool. So you're going to use the layer that you want the table to join to, so we'll do that, and then there should be a drop down that comes up and you guys will figure out which one you want to use, and then we'll click run. So after that's done, we can check out our attribute table for this, and we can see that it joined the table. The same information is now here. It is important to remember that this join is only temporary, so we need to copy the features and make a new layer out of it. So we'll go back and we'll do copy features. And you can name this whatever you guys would like. Okay, so now we can go ahead and remove this one so you guys won't get confused, and this is the new table that you guys will be working with. You guys are also asked to add new fields to this table, so we will click the add field button right here, and below it has a green, and you guys will just follow the directions. Oops, I have cap locks on. And you will scroll over and do everything the lab tells you to follow. Do that. So we'll click save. I think it accidentally saved this, but that's okay. And then we will scroll over. Yes, it accidentally. So we could actually delete this field if you accidentally do that. There we go. And then you're going to want to calculate field in this, so we'll right click and go down to calculate geometry. And then you guys will put in all the information that it wants you to use. We're doing squirrels. Now you have values for the block area calculated. I already created the new field that you guys are asked to do, and I'm just going to show you how to use field calculator. So we will right click and we will do calculate field, and this will pop up. And so your first equation that you're going to use for field calculator is going to be population, so we'll just double click and that will automatically pop up down here in this equation, and then it wants to be divided by, so we'll click that, and then block area, double click, and so it all just pops up in here, and then we can click run. Now values are calculated for this new field. The last task of this lab will be to use the join and relates. So a add join is going to be different than an add relate. So an add join is going to join the tables based on these fields, these values right here up top that I'm clicking on. An add relate is going to join the tables based on the values in these fields. So for your lab, at this point in the lab, we are going to do an add relate. So we'll go right click on the Whatcom urban layers and we'll go to joins and relates and we'll do add relate. And we're going to have, I looked, and for the Whatcom urban areas, name 10 is going to work. And then for here, we'll do our census block. And we're going to do the urban area one for that. And I'm just going to name it this, but you guys will name it something else. And we'll click run. Okay, so after you have ran your add relate, we will go to the Whatcom urban areas attribute table and we will select all of the 5 urban areas that we are looking at. They will pop up on this map. And when you go to your census block attribute table, they will also be selected for you. Notice the files that do not have an urban area associated with it are not selected. So if you just wanted to look at just the selected ones, you'll go down to right here and show selected records. And so this will be all of the selected records, and it will tell you 2,839 of 62,000 are currently selected. You will then scroll over to infected density, and we will right click and we will click statistics. So now a graph will pop up showing the distribution of infected density for our layers. And so as you can see, the features that we selected are going to be highlighted, but if you wanted to get rid of those, because right now it's showing all 6,200, we'll check this filter by selection. And just to verify that it's 2,839, and that's the selected ones that we have. And so this is just going to be just the selected features on the map. So this is where you can get all of that information that you will need for the lab. So I will close this out. Just to reiterate, what a relate does in Pro is instead of joining these common fields to a common field in this attribute table, it is going to relate them spatially. So if I unselect this, so we'll do clear unselect, that also unselects them over here. But a relate does it where you can work between the two without having them connected for various reasons. And with that information, you should be able to complete Lab 2.